Anyone else joined?
Yeah, Sandeep.
Hi, Sandeep. So, anyone else apart from the Sandeep? Do we have Vikram also there? No problem. Let's proceed now. So, Sandeep, we were discussing about the project which I have assigned you, and I can see that, and I can see that Swapna and Leena has done some progress, and they have replied me via mail. So, let me go with one by one. This is for the Swapna. Sweta, I'm sorry. I'm getting
Okay,
confused
sir.
with this Sweta and Swapna. So it looks awesome. Let me check with the compatibility issue. So you might have tried to display this image here only. But what is happening is with the browser compatibility issue, as I'm maximizing and minimizing the window, the content is getting distorted. So today we
Oh,
will
yes, sir.
learn how to fix the content. Even though if I maximize or minimize, it should be in a fixed position. Why do we need it to be in the fixed position? Because we don't know. See, nowadays we are getting a big curved screens, and especially designers will have a big screens only because they have to view each and every pixel on the screen. They have to work and they have to come across. So fixing everything on one screen as well as with different resolution. So it's really awesome. Nice work. So up to there you have done. Perfect.
Oh, up to life at the
What is that? This one?
life at the AEC up to I think so I heard that.
Okay, up to here. Yeah. I said you to do up to here. You have done up to live at AEC. I really appreciate. And now you're not using any frames, right?
No, sir.
Yeah, it's a good option. Frames is having its own disadvantages, so it's if you are avoiding it and the frame. Hi, anybody joined?
Oh,
Perfect.
hello.
Yeah.
I have another question also, sir.
Mm-hmm.
This image, this logo, uh, is coming after. I wanted this somewhat down, but I was trying. But when I was giving the padding and all, also I was not getting down. When I was giving the hyperlink, it is just fixing at that position only. I don't know how to fix that.
So you mean to say that you want this position to be a bit down, right?
Yes,
Increase the height of the
yes.
image.
I tried that also, sir. If I was increasing, it was increasing, but uh, it was in the same position. The height is the same position, but the width is increasing.
Okay. So actually what is required over here is you need to provide some gap at the top level above this
Mm-hmm.
square. So you have to provide padding top. Try with this. Might be it will work
I
out.
have. Oh,
So
I tried with padding top and all, or padding top or margin. So if I was giving padding top or margin, then it is affecting also the Aurora College and also the hyperlink and the image. It is affecting all the three at a time, sir.
mm-hmm.
So that's the problem.
Yeah, we'll see this one. So let me explain you how to debug. With that debugging also you can fix this one. So let me
Okay, sir.
start from here. So guys, this debugging skills are really important and it plays a very important role when you go for the support project and development project. So what debugging means? What do you understand by the term debugging?
Resolve the issues in the project
Yeah,
if there
resolving.
are any.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Analyzing the code.
Okay. Analyzing a code, resolving issues. Any other answer?
Like we are knowing the blueprint of the code what we have done, sir.
Knowing blueprint. Okay. Any other answer? So, yeah, whatever you have said, it's somewhat around only what I mean to say. Debugging is nothing but, in terms of support and development, catching a bug, a way of catching a bug. So now the term bug comes over here. What do you understand by the term bug?
Error.
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 Benefit or something.
What is that? Come
Exception.
again.
There is any mistake
Mm-hmm.
in the code.
Okay. So now, what is the difference between error and exception? I don't want to go with Java terminology in general.
Error is the mistake which we should handle. Exception, it maybe we can handle or it's not necessary like of handling or not.
Okay.
When come to general, like it's Java, it's different.
So this you mean. Any other answer, guys? Yeah, perfect answer. Super answer. So this gives a more clarity to you all. So error. One is error and another one is exception. So error is something which must be handled. If you don't handle the error, what happens? Your complete application will go down here. If, for example, ICICI or Axis Bank website is there. There is some error in the website. What is the error is when the user is trying to log in, it is displaying a blank page. So this is nothing but error. If someone fix this error, then only, if the developer fix this error, then only the people will be able to work on that. Another problem. Let's talk about the exception now. Exception is something which can be ignored. When I say which can be ignored means it will be like your application will be up and running. In certain test case only it will be failing. You are getting me? For example, when I am trying to transfer my account, okay, $3,000 I am trying to transfer to someone else. So the transaction in between, it's getting transferred. But after transferring, you are getting a page which is in distorted order. This is nothing but exception. So error means which need to be fixed. Without fixing that, there is no other way. Exception means which can be fixed and which occurs in a particular scenario only. So as you people are engineers, let me talk in terms of a terminology point of view. For example, if a person is running out of balance and he's trying to do some transaction like a transfer of money. So in this scenario, what we are going to do, we are going to raise an exception here. The exception is your balance is null and the error is something he's not able to go up to transfer amount. So this is error. So now fixing an error or exception for UI designers, it is one and the same. Why it is one and the same? Because you people will be dealing with the real-time window. What is a real-time window here? Browser. A person who is a designer, his life will go in browsers only. First he will develop the project. What is the next phase? The next phase is he will be testing the project in different windows like Safari, Chrome, Mozilla, Explorer, all these things. In these scenarios, you will be getting the errors. You will be getting a bugs. Let's make it simple. Bugs. Now, the bug is like, as recently Sandeep has raised a flag like he is able to see something in Chrome, but in Mozilla, he's not able to see the difference. Just putting the words similar to what he asked. Okay, your code is simple code. The same code is there, but what is happening is it is working fine in one window, but it's not working fine in another window. So every time you can't change a code. Changing of code, what does it mean? When you host your code, for example, Aurora College is there. Here I'm getting some problem when I'm clicking on courses offered. What is happening is the window is absolutely disturbed window. Guys, you can see this. Even though I'm minimizing and maximizing it, it is in the same position. So layouts you will learn today, position and layout, that will tell you. So what is my question is, what is happening here is when I am opening this in some other window like Mozilla, consider this case, this image is going this side and this text is coming this side, and below text is as it is, like this. Let's consider when I'm opening this same window in Mozilla, the output is like this, whereas in Chrome output is like this. So two different outputs we are getting. So we need to test this two different scenarios in two different browsers. So whenever we go for testing, the first thing which we see is code. Correct? Code we will see here. Now what is happening is when I am making any changes in code, that changes I need to save and I need to rehost it again. So now we are having simple HTMLs. So we are just refreshing the page and we are seeing the difference because the domain is your local domain. Okay, when I'm saying domain, it means that you are running your file in your local. When you tomorrow when you go for hosting your file and when you try to host it at some other position or at some other domain like godaddy.com .in or some other domain, for example, let's consider this one. I want to change something here. So what I have to do, I have to go back to the code and I have to change, and then I have to send it to the server, then I have to run the server and I have to see the changes. So it's a very big painful activity. So in order to avoid that, we have something so called debugging. What do you understand by the term debugging? Catching a bug is known as debugging. Let me come to this. So how to go to the debugging tool? So for that, what we have is we have something so called developer tools, which you will find in here. If you go to this menu bar and go for more tools, and then if you go with the option so called developer tool, you will be getting a small window down. So in this window you will be having a details, whatever you have typed, that all information, your code will be visible over here. Let me show you the same thing over here. So come to this one, more tools and developer tool, and there is a shortcut key as well. What is a shortcut key? F12. If you press, then you will get the developer tool. Now after reaching to this developer tool, I want to fix a bug of this image. Why this image is not coming, I want to check that. So this is a bug. Okay, the quickest way to find a bug is go to the console, or you can see some defects over here. So what is the use of element? Element is nothing but your HTML code, and when you click on console, you can see that some red lines are there. And what is the message? Error in file, error file not found. It is saying that your file is missing. So two files are missing over here. So hw2 is a project, and that images should be there and logo.png should be there. So it is expecting these two files in this images folder. So those files are missing. Because of that, it is not loading it. Let me come back over here and let me check. If you go to the source, if you click on source, you will be getting your project structure, number of folders you have created, everything will be visible in the source. So there are many more options which we will be learning down the line, but for now these three are very important for us. What is element? Element is will be helping you to see the code which you have written. If you expand it, you can see the code over here. And what is the use of console? Console is for knowing the errors or the defects or exceptions. Another point is source. The source will give you the structure of your project. What is the structure of your project? Project name is hw2, and this is a page over there. It is saying in that way. So these three tabs are very important. Let me repeat. Element is for your complete code. This is nothing but your complete code, whatever you have written. What is the use of that? I will explain you. Console for finding the errors. Source for knowing the project structure. And number of files, everything you will be seeing over here. Okay. Now here you have two more options. If you are working on mobile device, you want to see how this window looks in mobile, then you can click on the mobile view. If you click on mobile view, this is nothing but your mobile, and this is what view you have for your mobile. So mobiles will be having its own resolution, so depending on that you can test it. So I'm not working on mobile as if not. Let's complete the desktop application first. So this is nothing but the web application, desktop application, where you are going to view on laptops and desktops or pads, something. So don't get confused with this toggle device mode also. Initially just remember these three options. So among these three also, the most important is element. Fine. Now I want to check what is the path given for this. For that, here you can see that arrow is there. Select this arrow and go to that specific path. You can see that that specific path got highlighted. So let's click on that, and you can see that it has given the code for that path. Correct? So here you have a code, the image img src images logo.png, width and height. If you want to increase the width, you can simply increase it over here. Increase or decrease. The width got decreased. If you want to increase the height, change, double click, change, enter. You can see that it got increased as well. So I don't want to increase the width or height as if now. I want to fix the bug first. So go to this images, double click on that, remove these images. Now you can see that the logo is coming. How I got an idea that I should remove images from there? When I have seen the code, I can see that this is another code, that is Sweta code, and this one is Lena code. I can see that images are placed in the same file, same folder. So it got clicked into my mind that yeah, here the images folder is missing, and in spite of images folder, someone have placed images in the same file. So what I did, I changed it in this way. Okay, so in that way it got changed over here. Now, so guys, whenever you make any changes, you have to note it down. Why? If you reload your page position will be as earlier again. So you should note down your changes, and you should go back to your window. You can see that now image is coming perfectly. You should note down your changes. You should go back to your window and apply the changes over there. For example, here is a thing. Let me extract it to somewhere. So in morning batch, I have extracted it. So let me close it from here and open it from there. Control O, going to that specific project. So here we have. So what we learned from here, let me open in Chrome. I'm going for developer tools again. This is a very important thing which you are learning today. If you're not clear, let me know. I will explain you once again. Now, you can see that we have highlighted the text. How we have went to that specific position? Here you will find it. Click on that, go to that specific position. It will highlight with respective to the code. Now what I did over here, I removed everything. I wrote the code is only logo.png. If you don't provide the absolute path, it looks for the image in the same location. So I changed, I remembered my changes. When I'm reloading it, again the same thing is coming. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going back to my code. I'm going to make a changes over here. Now if I rehost it or run it once again, I can see the changes. Okay, the same thing will get applied over here also. Let me go to that specific position. So in spite of changing in the code directly, what you have to do is you should change at the browser level and you should test it thoroughly. So we have changed it at the browser level and we have tested it thoroughly. Perfect. So I remembered the changes for this one also. So I'm going to that code. I'm saving it, coming back, reloading it. Now I can see that my changes are reflecting over here. So guys, here one point is to be noted, a very important point over here is why it is like this. If I'm changing over here, it should change at the code level also. Why not? So if they provide access for that, then everyone will change and your website will be in a different position. Every day it will be having its own position. Got it, guys? So it's is it clear how to debug?
Yes, sir.
What about others?
Yes.
Perfect. So this is very important point. Next point. You can see that this image is coming over there when I'm going with different resolution. When I'm going with 90%, image is coming perfectly over there, but I'm getting a scroll bar. When going with 100%, the image is coming in some other position. Let me check what is the reason. So when you are clicking over there, you will be finding HTML tags over here. So this HTML tags is having width and height, because in inline CSS this is nothing but inline only. Width and height you have specified over here 90 and 77. So right click over here. So let me go to that. If you want, you can add some CSS property over here, like img I have taken. I'm writing padding, enter 100. So what is happening? It's taking huge. 10, it's taking huge. So what will, if you provide only padding, what happens? Let me explain you. Oh, if you write only padding, if you write padding top, what is the difference here? So if you write padding 10, it means that padding top is 10, padding bottom is 10, padding bottom or padding down, and padding left is 10, and padding right is also 10. It means in this way. So it will be taking its own positioning in all four corners. So if you want to be, if you provide this information, it sounds all these things. If you want to be very specific, then you have to go for a specific tagging here. If you specify padding top, means it will take only top positioning here. If you tell padding left, means it will be taking padding left positioning over there. So let me modify this padding with padding top. So from top it is taking some positioning. So let me provide padding left 10 pixel. It sounds like a very small figure. Your changes will not be visible easily. So now what I'm doing, 30 I'm saying. So what is happening here is it is considering this one as a new area, and then so whatever you are writing over here, it's coming down, and then it is considering that one as a new area. So this need to be adjusted, so this will get adjusted over there. These all are nothing but analysis. So this img tag and all we don't need. I'm just refreshing it. So we are standing on 0 once again. Our intention is to bring this here and bring the image over there. So what is needed over here is we need to deal with this specific link. You can see that this link is taking this much area. You can see it very clearly. So if you push this link towards this side, then that image will come over there. So I'm clicking over here. So here you can see that padding left top. Oh, padding margin and padding top. Padding left, padding top, margin top. Let me disable something here. So this is what I don't want to take any one particular name over here. I really appreciate the work she has done on this. So she has written a code over here, and that same code is getting displayed. If you want to remove any padding, you just uncheck this one. That padding will get removed. So padding left is getting removed, and that image is coming next to that. So we don't want like that. So what we want is we will do it in this way. Okay, you can see that if I provide it like this, it's working in that way. If I'm giving more here, then it is taking some other position, because screen will also have its own position, pixels, that what, and I'm saying 390. It's not working. So 340 is the best over there. So you got it something over there. Now margin. So if I'm removing margin, writing margin and not writing margin is one and the same. Padding top, it's one and the same. Okay. Now another point need to be noted over here is, first point, what we did, we changed the padding left to 340. So I'm coming back to the code, look to the class. What is the class here? Link. Link is a class here. What is the size? 340. Oh, 34 it is. 340. Let me save this and refresh it. Let me come to the above. You can see that your changes are there. Now I want to send this image down. Let me go to the image now. So this time I'm going to apply only to the image. So here you can see that you have something width and height. So if I increase the height, what is happening is it's getting increased, there is no doubt, but still the gap is not there. So let me roll back. Simply I'm reloading it. It will come to its code which is defined over there. Now let me bring this image down. Right click, add attribute. It means that you are allowed to add something here. What I have written, style. Oh, let me delete this, or else after style give semicolon. Oh, let me add in this way. Add attribute, style equal to something. What is something over here? Something we have to add it like definitely padding, top 100 pixel. Okay, enter. Where is the image? Image gone. Is there any spelling mistake? Aurora.html. Oh, can someone tell me what is the gap here? The gap over here is we are trying to change image, but we are writing a code in hyperlink. Make sense? So, way we should change it is image code. Let me reload it. Image code got disturbed because of that. So what I'm doing is I'm coming back again, add attribute, style equals double quote. What I'm going to write in style, padding top 100 pixel, enter. It got added. Here's a style tag here. Style equal to it was reloaded. Style equals double quotes, padding 10 pixel I am giving. Now you can see whatever you have written, it is there. So where is an image? Image is here. So what I said you, if you write only padding, it will take all the corners. So what I'm saying, padding top. So it takes only from the top. So small figures will always give you a big trouble. So give a big figure. So you can see that it's taking entire as the one region. 300. Okay. So we got a padding, there is no doubt. What is the problem with that? It is considering this entire area. So you can reduce your padding from here as well. 30 pixel. Let me 30 pixel. 30 became 300 again. Let me make it 100 pixel. Okay, let me change it from here. 100 pixel. So 100 pixel is also again a trouble for us. What is the trouble here? The problem here is it is considering this entire area over there. So in order to address this kind of issues, what is required? Either you should go for blocked element or inline element. So what is this blocked element and inline element? Let me explain you. So any changes we have made it here, which is really required to. So we have not made it any change. Logo.png width height. Where is our, yeah, here we have the image. This image I'm just going to remove it from this area, paragraph area, and placing outside the paragraph area. Let me come back over here, refresh the page. You can see that it's going somewhere else. Now we have to handle that. So what I'm going to do is I'm placing it in span. Any questions
So
you
I
have?
tried all the ways, like that only, sir. If I was applying anything, like I was just going to with another one, uh, it was moving. Like I done with padding, margin, and also I was confused. Like if I was giving out of the like inline tags or internal tags, it was going to the next line.
Okay, perfect, perfect. Let's try to fix this one. Mm-hmm. So it is going to the next line. That is a problem, right?
Yeah, as I want the image, as you said that the hyperlink and the image in the original website is somewhat having difference, but when we are trying, we are not getting both of them are right. So we're confused. Like if we are giving margin, padding, anything, it affects all the three.
Okay,
If we are trying differently, also it's affecting. And so that's why I'm confused.
The
okay.
thing is, sometimes robots will not work. I mean, they're not going to work in some cases.
Which one you are saying?
So, in margin,
Margin is not working in this case. Yeah, let's try to fix this. I understand that the problem which you are facing. Let's try to address. That's what we are trying to do now. Let's try in that way. If we are failing somewhere, come to the website, open the developer tool, and check what these guys has done. Max width, vertical align middle, border equal to 0. And another thing what they have done, they have taken a div for each thing. So this we can, whenever we get confused, right, then we should go in this way. Let's try to fix this one. We'll try to figure out the way in which this image will be tilted down. And this is also one kind of image only here. If you see, Aurora Home, div logo, right? If you see this class, this might help us. Float, right? And margin, they have given this thing. And they have also given the location where this is defined. You can see that it is defined in styles.css. This is nothing but external CSS which we will be learning. Let's fix this one as soon as possible so that we will proceed further. So this is what happens in the real time. One small thing even will take hours and hours. So I'm adding some attribute here. So this is what we have, right? So this image we want it to be placed. style. Change the resolution. So it is coming in between. Hmm. So whatever changes you will do here, right? It will impact on the code also. So we have to be very careful while making a changes. So it's taking some gap here. So the best way to fix this problem is from the browser end. So go to the image and check why it is taking this much gap. Width, height, alignment. So let me remove this alignment from here. Now width is 90, height is 77. Perfect. But this is inside this. I roll back to the earlier change. I'm just removing this style as well. The, I'm coming back to the position where I have started. Span you have tried, right? So why we are taking paragraph here? Now we have to deal with the padding top. Aurora home. Where is font closing? Okay, you have closed the font tag over there, and then
So
title.
because it is a whole thing. Yeah.
Hmm. Link. Link. Any padding you have given for link?
Yes, sir. For everything I have, because it should be after Aurora College, so I have given for the link also padding.
Perfect, perfect. Name of college also. Padding you have given for name of college also. Mm-hmm. So this a better way to design this is always go for div tag or span tag so that it will be very much helpful to you. What is the major usage of that one is it will be helping you to get a appropriate position in the window. Okay, so let's do one thing. Let's try with this directly, and then we will be. So from the top we need to provide some gapping. That is a. So when you are applying any CSS on this, it is coming to the next line, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let me check this from my end, and if I have resolved, I will share you via mail. So today, what I was trying to explain you is, so I will give you some assignment. The assignment is like this. Oh, let me fill with some other color. Finally, you need to go with this one. Okay? So how many divs do we have here? How many boxes do we have if we talk in terms of this thing? Let me add one more. This will help you in terms of positioning. So here we have one, two, three,
8.
8 boxes we have. Okay, perfect. So this 8 boxes should have different colors in your scenario. Okay? So this you need to complete and send me. So coming forward or going forward, we will be having class in the evening session, IS3. So I will discuss about timing with you so that it will be early morning for you as per your timing standards over there. I will share the timing with you, and we will be having only 1 hour session. Sometimes I will try to extend also. So basically we will try to have 1 hour session, and if required then I will take 1.5 hour as well. So tomorrow you will be having a holiday, and day after tomorrow we will be having a class. So can you take this screenshot so that you will be clear what to do? Then we will start with another concept now. I will take nearly
Sir,
15-20 minutes more.
I have a question. So we should have in the screen these boxes, like by using the div and the span tags only.
Yeah, it's your call. You can go with span or div. See, span when you will go, if you have one line of code, then you should go for span. If you have multiple lines, means div within the div with div within the div, then you should go for div over here. So the output of the window should be like this. Okay, so is this clear to you all, guys?
Yes, sir.
uh what about others?
Yeah, it's clear, sir.
Okay, so now I'm going to start a very important concept which is a part of CSS, which is so-called bootstrap. Anyone heard about bootstrap earlier?
Yes.
Okay, so what is the use of bootstrap? Let me take one scenario, and then with after seeing this example you will come to know what is the use of that. So this is a very good point. Hmm, let me take a div over here, and the div is page details, and the div is getting closed over here. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to run in Chrome now. So page details is coming. So what I'm doing is next I'm writing some CSS for this. So if I write div, then it is applicable for all div. Div background color is this one. Saving it, coming back to this. Another point. Now width of the div is 300 pixel. Saving it, coming back over here, and height is nothing but 300. Okay. Font is Vardhana. Font family, font size, taking as 18 pixel. 180 is more. 18 is not giving any change, so I have taken perfect. And on this margin, if I say margin, what happens? It applies for margin left, right, top, and bottom. And padding is 200 pixel. It's taking all padding left, right, 100 pixel. Margin, not margin, padding top is 300 pixel. So let me reduce it. to 200. Let me come back. Padding left, I'm going to increase it to 400. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to bring it at the center of the window. From the top also. So it's going down. There should not be a scroll bar. Okay. Now, chalo. Let me reduce the height to margin left. Should be okay. Let me reduce some. Perfect. So, what is happening in this? If I remove the CSS, then it's dummy. It's nothing. So, what is there? CSS is the soul of this one. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to place all the CSS in one file. So I'm going for new file, file, new, CSS, and here I'm going to place the CSS here. So what is this? Let me remove all these things. This all things are UTF-8 and all is not required. So what you are going to learn here is how to define an external CSS. External CSS means external file will be there with the name .css, one.css. It's better to wrap with double quotes one.css, and you can see that one.css is having a information of diff. Fine. I'm coming to the page here and reloading a page. What is happening is still it's dead. That CSS changes are no more. So in order to call that changes, we need to inherit that. How we are going to do that? This tag you have to use. A link tag we have to use. Just forgetting that syntax, or else you can.
href, I think so, sir.
Yeah, href we have, right?
Not it's a source, maybe href.
Yeah, you are correct. Perfect. So here I'm calling one.css here. So what we have done, we have just included the CSS link href. So you can check whether your CSS is getting included over here or not. Go to source, you can see that your CSS is not getting called. Still there is some problem with the CSS. Importing CSS. So you will get the syntax in this one. Let me copy this. So in place of this, what we have? 1.css. Now you can see in your project structure. So what are the files you have included? 1.html and 1.css. Let me explain you. Why do we go for external CSS? We go for external CSS because this one thing can be used in multiple ways. So when I'm saying one CSS can be used in multiple ways means in this way. I'm going for one more HTML. It sounds in a better way. And here also we have a div tag. This is from another page. I'm saving this one to .html. Here just I'm going to include it once again. The CSS I'm going to include. So you can see that for 2.html also the same CSS is working. For 1.html also the same CSS is working. So going forward, if you have inline CSS or internal CSS, and if you have not imported as a single CSS, then what happens? That change will be applied to that particular page only. For example, here you have some other color and the color is blue. Then what happened in this case? It will not be applicable for entire project. This will be applicable only for that specific window. So in order to make the change for the entire project, for example, the common example for this is the font size. You have hyperlinks, you have fonts, font tag and all. For entire project we will follow the same standard. Let me give some other way. Font style you take, Vardhana is there. So when a people are clicking on Vardhana, sorry, when the people are clicking on some page, Aurora College is there, right? When I'm clicking on home, here also I shall get the same font. When I'm clicking on about college, here also I shall get the same font. This is what we have requirement in the project. Everywhere around it should have the same font. Okay, so for this purpose what happens, we will be going for external CSS. So in external CSS what we will do is we will provide something so called font. If you're using a font tag, then we'll provide a font over there, and in this font tag we will provide font type of font. Then it will be applicable for entire project wherever the CSS is getting imported. So what is the use of external CSS? One change throughout the project. If you want the individual change in your project, then you should go for internal or inline CSS. Individual change, when I say, the same thing applies over here. If you want this diff to be different from color of this diff to be different from another one, then simply go for inline CSS here. It will override that one. Background color as semicolon. Okay. Even though you have declared it as a global, if you want to override some change, if you override here, then it will be impacting on two files. So the another way to override is go for inline. Because of this, the inline CSS got implemented. Inline, internal, and external. Let me ask one difference to each of you. So whatever is your understanding, please speak up, don't shy. Let me start with Lena. Leela.
Yes, sir.
So Leela, what is the use of inline CSS?
Mm, inline CSS we can provide whatever style we want and it provides multiple purposes.
Okay, perfect. So here we can provide the styles over here within that, and it can be used
Mm-hmm.
for multiple purposes. So
Yeah, for
Sandeep,
every time
mhm,
we need to change.
come again.
Every time we need not to change it.
Every time.
Mentioning. No need
Perfect.
of changing every time and defining every single time.
Okay, I will come back to you on this question. What is the difference between inline, internal, and external? This one I will ask you. Let me cover the another one. Sandeep, can you tell me what is internal CSS?
Internal CSS we cannot change, like we when you want to change, like it depends on the, we'll define it on the head tags. So
Okay. Yeah, we will
it,
define
it
it at the
does
head tag. Okay.
it does not apply to the entire project, it applies to the particular window.
Super. Inside head tag and for particular window. I'm going to ask you the difference between internal, inline, and external. I will catch you once I'm done with Sweta. Yes, Sweta. Can you tell me what is external?
So it is uh, defining the entire mm, class, I mean, entire thing in a different CSS state for the web page we want in a new CSS page. Internal, it's only up, we will give different tags like class tags in head tag. But for coming to the external, it is applying for everything in the page, but giving in a different one, not mix upping with the same HTML page. So we can use that external page CSS to any of the websites.
Perfect. So whatever we defined on one side, you mean to say that it is applicable for entire project, right?
Yes, anything.
Perfect. So I'm going to come to the difference between the internal and external. So
Okay.
let me go to the Leela.
Yes, sir.
So Leela, what is the difference between internal and external?
Internal, as she said, like it is applicable only for a particular window. Like it shows the changes where we define only. Whereas coming to external, it is applicable for the whole project. Like um, when I mean it relates to the whole project. Not it is not related to a single window.
Okay.
If we make any changes, also we can see for the entire project.
Mm-hmm. So if I override something in inline, will it affect
Mhm.
on other side or it will be affect on the same side?
it will affect only in the same, only the one where we change, the site where we change.
Super. Perfect. So, Sandeep, can you tell me the difference?
Difference like for the internal and external.
Yeah, difference between internal versus inline and internal versus external.
Inline versus internal. Inline, the style applicable is only for the particular type. Inline tag.
Okay,
The already the mentioned that internal and external. External we'll make one style sheet so that we can use those classes for enter the project. Like if you want to use in some other window also, we can use it directly. We can replace the link which you explained earlier.
perfect, perfect. So I hope you guys are clear with this small concept, the difference between inline, internal, and external. So another usage of this one is you can import your plugins by using this thing. Okay, for that we have a concept so called Bootstrap. I will just give one example and I explain you about what exactly the Bootstrap means. So Bootstrap comes with an external plugin. So this is what you can consider CSS plugin. So you can download Bootstrap from getbootstrap.com. So it's pretty simple to download. Just click on this website and click on CSS and yeah, go to Bootstrap first. Click on Bootstrap. It will come with the Bootstrap only. When you click on Get Bootstrap, this window will open and you please download this one. Download Bootstrap. So in this one, you will be having three options: download Bootstrap, download source, and download SASS. So download Bootstrap you give over there. So in this way, the Bootstrap got downloaded. I'm going to extract it now. So I'm going to extract in our project folder. So wherever you want, you can extract. It's not a problem. So extraction is done. Let me open that folder. So here you will find there is something CSS and there is something fonts and there is something JS. So we don't have to worry about all this. We need only one file here. What is that? Bootstrap.css. Okay. So I'm just copying it. And this example I would like to take in a notepad. Okay, let me take the existing example for this case. HTML I have, body I have, close of body, close of HTML. So in this one I have a simple form here. Table I have and close of table. You have TD. Very simple thing I'm taking. Username, TD, and again put type equal to text, name equal to uname. Close of TD, close of TR. Same thing I'm copying and pasting the here, and but here what is that? Password, and here also password, and here we go with submit. Value equal to click. Let me save this file 1.html. So I'm going to replace it. Coming to browser, Control O, morning batch. What is our file name? So here we have like this. Okay, so we have a simple username password here. Now you see the difference. So what is a tag for including a CSS? I'm going to import a CSS now. So what is that CSS we are trying to import? We are trying to import bootstrap.css. Where I have saved, I saved in E drive morning batch. In that, I'm going to copy the bootstrap.css. Now you can see the difference. Let me remove this and come to the point. So what is the difference, guys?
It is having I mean the classes and the styles, so that's why it was changing the page.
Perfect, perfect, very good catch. So you can see that when I'm removing the CSS from here, there is nothing is getting applied, it's coming as normal. But when I'm applying the external CSS, what is happening? It is having its own classes and IDs. Because of that, this label is getting changed. This text field is getting changed. This button is getting changed. Okay? Are you feeling a difference here?
Yes, sir.
Let me show you more clearly. What is that website? Getbootstrap.com. So if you see over here, you can see like, for example, we have a table, correct? Click on table. In table tag, you find like class table. So how the page will work? The page will work on the top of CSS, and the CSS is defined on the top of classes and ID. Perfect. If you define any style using class, then only it will get applied. So I'm going to define one class here. What is a class here? Class equal to table. So now what is happening?
It gets affected with this type of thing.
So yeah, here something is getting changed over here. The look and feel, how it is getting changed? This is getting changed because Bootstrap plugin is having all CSS in it. So if you see the length of this file, it is more than 6,000. It's nearly 7,000. Okay? So you don't have to take a pain of defining a CSS. You have to make sure what you are using. You're using table. Come to here, click on table. You will find some table examples. If you want stripped rows, then use this class as stripped in your code.
So this is an example of external CSS, right?
Yes, external using Bootstrap.
Mm-hmm.
So you can see this one is stripped, this one is stripped. Okay, so what do you learn from this? Using a predefined plugin for the CSS. For example, let me show you one more example. Might be you are getting confused. Let me take an example of button. We have one button over there. So if you want the button to be like this or the button to be like this, so what we will do, we will write background color equal to green. Correct? So you don't have to write that class. Where is success here? Use this class directly. You will get a button in that way. So button you have here, right? So use this class here, come back and reload it. So you got a button, beautiful button you got. So you have not taken any pain of writing the code of this class. So what we have done, we have simply used the external CSS. Got it? So this is a small overview of this one. On tomorrow you have holiday anyhow. Next you will be having a class in the morning day after tomorrow. There I will explain you in detail about this, the usage of external CSS. Might be you are getting confused. So don't get
Mm-hmm.
confused. Simply what you have to remember over here is what you are using over here. Based on that, you just apply the predefined classes. Okay, I will explain you more on this one. So for time being, just remember one thing, how to import external CSS as well as external plugin. And here I have written some class. Where this class is defined? This class is defined in bootstrap.css. Okay, so I request you guys to work on this one. And finally, before saying goodbye for today's class, I would like to show you this thing in one example so that it will be more clear to you. So what I am doing is I am removing this one from here. Style sheet I am removing from here, and all classes whatever we have applied for this page I am removing from here. And the same thing I'm going to apply with external CSS. Let's see what happened then. Definitely the look and feel will get changed, there is no doubt. But I want to see how it looks. So we don't have any CSS concept in this one as if now. This is a plain HTML page. So now you can see that you got something. Okay, but there's something in this also. You can see that the font is well formatted and everything is there. If I remove this link as well, then what happens? It is in this way. So when I'm providing some link, it means that if there is some body, then it will format the body. If there is some font, it will format the font, and all these things will be done on this one. So I have taken much time from you today. I'm sorry, some extra time I have taken.
You said that you will be saying the example of if we mm, like we are doing an example of this page, that page. So if we zoom in, zoom out, also the page is changing. So you said that you'll be saying the packet shape.
That positioning I have to explain you. I thought of covering that concept as well. As time is not permitting me, so let me take that in the next class. So next 3-4 classes more we will study about this is CSS and HTML, and then we'll start scripting. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
positioning is nothing but we have 4 types of positioning here: static, relative, fixed, and absolute. For this I need at least half an hour to explain you. So because of this only, when you give absolute positioning, it will adjust over there based on the browser compatibility, and it's
Mm-hmm.
better to use relative. I will explain you about this one in the next coming class. So let me conclude about the Bootstrap. So Bootstrap is something which comes with external plugin. So what is happening is the developers are taking a pain of writing a class. Writing every class will take 10 to 15 minutes. So if you have more content, then it will take more time. So what Bootstrap has done is it has given you a predefined plugin. So predefined plugin means in this everything is predefined. So using this concept, you can, without applying a class also, you can get everything in ordered as well. So simply relying on third-party plugin is known as Bootstrap. Okay. So let me stop the recording.